What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of F-Bomb. Here I'm going to be showing you the backstory and folklore of motorcycle guardian bells. Let's get into it. So, as motorcycle riders, bikers, whatever, most of us know about the whole put a bell on your bike for safety or good luck. How many of us actually know the backstory on them? I didn't know half of what I'm about to tell you. The motorcycle guardian bell actually originates all the way back to World War II. What these pilots ended up doing in World War II, instead of taking these, let's just call it stimulating medicines to stay awake and to stay on the edge because they were sleep deprived and they didn't want to go down, they would take these stimulating medicines to stay awake. Some soldiers just didn't want to do it. They didn't want to take the stimulating medicines because of the side effects and the way that made them feel. What these soldiers ended up doing in their planes was hanging bells around the cockpit, around the cargo of the plane. So whenever there was movement or whatever, the bells would ring, kind of wake them up and be like, oh, okay, I'm good, I'm awake. I hear the bells, I'm still sane. Now the pilots that were on the stimulating medicines would hallucinate. They would swear they would see gremlins on the outside of their planes trying to destroy and take them down. Now, is this true? I don't know. But what these bells ended up doing, and what these soldiers that were on these stimulating medicines ended up putting together, was that these bells were actually scaring them off when they would ring, because their planes would never go down. Now, did they not go down because gremlins never existed? Or did the bells actually work and scare off these evil gremlins? I don't know. That's why it's called folklore. We don't know the actual history or true story about what actually happened with it. Now, when these soldiers actually came home from World War II, they would start motorcycle clubs because they still wanted to bond somehow, some way, with their soldier brethren, their veteran brethren. So they started these motorcycle clubs. And because of the superstition that they had in the war, they ended up putting the bells on their bikes to ward off evil gremlins from attacking their bikes, because they figured, hey, if they were there in the plane, what's stopping them from coming on the ground and destroying our motorcycles? So they started hanging guardian bells on their motorcycles to ward off these evil gremlins. Now, to this day, we still do this. We still hang bells up. Most of us don't know the backstory. And there are rules to follow when putting a bell on your bike. Rule number 1, do not buy your own bell. It is supposed to be purchased and given by a friend or a loved one. You are not supposed to buy your own bell. This defeats the purpose and takes away all power from the bell if you end up buying your own. Rule number 2, do not hang your own bell. You are not supposed to hang or install your own bell. The person who gifted you the bell is actually supposed to put it on your bike. It's kind of tradition, and when you end up hanging it yourself, it defeats the purpose and takes all power away from the bell, and it just invites more gremlins. Rule number 3, never, ever leave your bell behind. Meaning, if you sell your bike or if you trade your bike into the dealership for another bike, take your bell with you. The dealership will understand. The person you're selling your bike to will understand. It's not only bad luck to you, but it's also bad luck to the next rider if they end up riding a bell that was not gifted to them. So hold on to your bells. Rule number 4, when installing the bell, install closest to the ground, meaning the person that gifted you the bell, they must install the bell as close to the ground as possible, because that's where these gremlins live. They live on the ground and they jump on your bike and they destroy your bike. They put debris in the road right in front of you. They cause a car to come crashing right in front of you, and they cause your motorcycle to get damaged or malfunction. So hang that bell as close to the ground as possible so these gremlins hear it before they get to your bike. Rule number 5, stolen bells serve no purpose. Do not steal a bell, meaning don't go in a store and steal a bell from a counter, or don't go to someone's bike and steal their bell to put on your bike. You're shooting yourself in the foot by doing this. You need to make sure that your bell is actually gifted to you. Do not steal another person's bell. You're not only going to damage yourself, you're also going to damage the other person, because it's bad luck for both parties. Rule number 6, final rule. Now, this is a rule that I was not aware of. You must polish and clean and maintain your bell as often as possible. So the rule with this one is that if you consider your bell powerful, let's pretend it's a cell phone. You charge your cell phone, it's more powerful when it's most charged. Same with the bell. The more you clean it, the more charged that bell is going to be. The louder it's going to be to these gremlins, and the more it's going to ward them off. So make sure you clean your bell. Now, going back to World War II, a World War II vet by the name of Ronald Dahl was actually coming home, and he ended up writing and publishing a book called The Gremlins in 1943. So if you guys do want to get a little bit more in depth as far as the backstory on Guardian Bells and Gremlins, read the book The Gremlins. Very, very old book. If you can find it, definitely worth a read. I checked it out. It's actually a really good book. So that's the backstory on motorcycle Guardian Bells. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, or if you have other information or other backstories or theories about Guardian Bells, comment down below. I would love to hear it. If you guys are looking to purchase a bell or purchase a bell for someone else, or you're trying to find someone to purchase a bell for you, you could pick them up pretty much any dealership, Harley dealership, Yamaha dealership, Cycle Gear, JP Cycles. You know, they can even buy them online if they wanted to. But just make sure you don't buy your own. Make sure someone else buys it. And last thing, you are not allowed to ask someone to buy you a bell. They have to purposely and wanting to buy your bell for you. So you can't ask them to buy a bell. You can hint at it. Say, oh, look, my bike doesn't have a bell on it. But don't say, hey, bro, I need a bell. Buy me a bell. You can't say that, because then the bell's going to be worthless. It's not going to have any power. So, yeah. Again, comment down below. Questions, comments, and concerns. Don't forget to like this video. And please don't forget to subscribe. But till next time, I want to thank you guys for joining me on this episode of F-Bomb. Peace.